Hi and welcome to Jank Quest. Today we've got Nathan here with a deck profile. So Nathan, what are you playing today?
Best deck Infernoble, Fire Warrior Turbo.
Nice. And you took it to a winner box tournament?
Yeah, I got second place. Sucks that I lost to an anticipated player, but you know, them lot still stuck in 2019, I suppose.
Awesome. Right, so get to it and show us what you got.
Start off the main deck. One Gear Freed. This card you usually search off your Isolde as a follow-up, and there is a combo using Yugioh and making sure you can get an equip spell to grave, then adding it back via Renaud to go for an anti-Nibiru combo, which is really cool because this deck doesn't lose to any hand trap apart from Nibiru. If they're a smart player and Nibiru after your Isolde, and they go into your Needle Fiber. For normal summons, I'm playing 3 Neospace Connector and an Aquadolphin. These are just the best cards to look at your opponent's hand. You're gaining the information of everything in your opponent's hand. It is just outright insane to just proceed with your combo. The fact Aquadolphin isn't once per turn as well, you can loop it back with things like DDR. It's just outright insane. Ripping things like Ash Blossoms before you're making your Isolde or help, it's just insane. The other normal summon is one Yugioh. This is part of the anti-Nibiru combo, and it also has another effect where if it's equipped to an equipped monster, it can't be destroyed by card effects. So usually you have to equip this to the Isolde, then summon your Gear Freed, and then you can gain another equip if you open the awkward way to combo with making Gear Freed before the anti-Nibiru combo. But it is also factually correct to play 5 normal summons in the 40 card deck. There's another one, but I really like Yugioh. It's like one of the cool normal summons for the deck, but you always want to go into the connector, into the Aquadolphin. For extenders, which the deck is just straight gases, 3 red layer. If you're opening 2, go into a board where there's a pop in these, you can spec it and add it back to gain your advantage back. Isn't a once per turn to summon, which is really cool, especially if you summon 2 warriors and then they flip things like Torrential Tribute or Dogmatic Punishment. Another extender's 3 copies of 5 Flint Lady. Another summon, if you draw the Gemba in your hand, you can just send Phoenix Blade, summon this, tribute this off, and you can summon a level 4 low, which usually you summon your Gemba if you do hard draw it, and there's your Trino extender to make help. 3 copies of Oliver, free summon, becomes level 1 tuner when summoned from hand. When this is equipped to summon, it stops it being targeted by card effects, so equipping this to Charles on your end board stops them dropleting your Charles. And when you usually have a Roland in setup in your grave, it just gives it a free pop. 3 Renaud. I really like this card. The fact you can add back a Fire Warrior or an equipped spell from grave or banish just is insane. Great for your follow-up. I really like it at 3, just for that reason. So many people are cutting this to 2 because you can search Durendal off your Power Tool Dragon, because I am playing the Power Tool Dragon build, and so many people are just cutting it to 2, which stops them hard drawing them as much, but you're still having the same search. But if you can't make it that far, just having the Renaud as a higher chance to draw it is just so much better in my opinion. I did test it at 2 and I didn't like it at all. For the brick-ish cards per se is Despot. You don't mind if you draw this, but it sucks. It's just one less card you have in hand as your advantage. Agemba, again, same as the Despot. Doesn't matter if you draw it, it just means you should lose a card out your hand, but you still have your combo. In Coltwing, this is really awkward to draw because you have to either have the connector or you have to DDR, discard it early, which is awkward, but as long as you can still combo and Omega loop for 2 cards with Herald Charles, you're not outright losing the game, which this deck can do very consistently. That's it for the monsters. The equipped spells, you're playing 3 copies of DDR. This card is absolutely broken. In fact, it's not one per turn looping Omegas. In the winner box tournament I played the past weekend and got second place, I was hand looping so many people, and in my Sword Soul matchup, I did hand loop them for 5 going first, and just having them on one card, and you had a pop, they just admitted defeat. Like, there's no way they were really playing through it. 3 Durandal, a rotor. You play loads of rotors in the deck. This deck doesn't also lose to Droll. It just makes it a bit weaker for your end board because you're not allowed to add your DDRs via your Power Tool Dragons, which you're not fussed about because on an average hand you can make Charles Herald through Lancia and Droll, which are like hand traps people are side decking. So game 1 you don't matter, but game 2 and 3 you can play things like Cross Out Designator, which I do want to test. I'm not playing talents personally because I don't own them, but if I do want to get them for the deck. That's another one, just like extra hand loop. For the unique one I've equipped is 1 Living Fossil. This is an extender, and the 1 Phoenix Blade. This card's so broken in the deck. Looping this back just for the DDR pitch is just so free. Again, under under Lancia, it makes it a bit weaker, but you don't matter when you're still making an end board. 3 Heritage, another rotor, another way to Renaud, or going second, you can use this or the Durandal and grab a red layer. Summon the red layer, because usually people make 2 material Appaloosas. You can just summon it and then punch over the Appaloosa, so they've made 2 negates and you just out it with just 1 card, and then you summon the extender and start comboing. And the other one is a rotor, a very shiny one to be exact.
Is it the Hobby League one?
Yeah, it's the Hobby League one, yeah.
Nice.
Another broken spell, Club of the Grave, stopping hand traps. You can also use it on your end board as well, just having that extra layer of protection. This is like 1 flex spot. I wouldn't class it as a flex spot. I think this card's just too good not to play. But the flex spaces I do have, I'm playing 3 Dark Brawler. Just having these up on them boards is just so good. And the other one is 3 Imperm. Hitting the DPE, going second so they don't scythe lock you is just so good. Unless they can get away to another pop on their own field, then you're losing the game. But if that happens, you just suck it up and just go to game 2 and just keep playing. I do want to drop the Dark Rulers for talents once I have them, but for now I think these are fine. The only time that Dark Ruler wasn't good was when I drew 3 against an Adamantipated player in game 3, and I just lost the game because of it, because I only had 1 warrior, which means I couldn't combo. But hey ho, it happened. I got 2nd place. Like, it wasn't a bad day. Like, it was good testing. I did play the deck before, and I played the non-Power Tool Dragon build. But now I'm playing like double Power Tool. It's like relearning the combos is like really big. But I did enjoy it. Loving the deck. Moving to the extra deck, playing 1 Herald, make it on your end board. With this, it stops them Forbidden Dropleting, sending monsters from their hand, so they can't outright negate your board. Balmung, use this in the combo. Resin Coltwing and keep looping the Coltwing is just outright insane. Roland, you usually use this in your combo, gives Charles a free pop in your opponent's turn. Double Power Tool. The first one, if you're just on the basic combo of 2 warriors, just gives you a DDR. The other one grabs the Durandal, so you have the Renaud and the DDR, so it allows you to go Omega Loop for 2 with Omega Herald and Charles with the Roland engrave. And in the standard 2 warrior combo, you end with Renaud and Gearfried in hand as a follow up for next turn. 1 Riser for the combo. You send a level 5 off it usually, then go into your Roland. Just gives you that Roland engrave for the Charles. 1 Omega, best card in the deck, just looping your opponent's cards is just outright insane. Savage, you usually make this on the end board. You can choose not to make this and have an extra loop with Omega. It just depends if they have that Forbidden Droplet or the Dark Ruler or something in hand, just to negate your board. You just want to loop as many cards as possible. If you hit the Dark Ruler, it's a plus, or the Forbidden Droplet, But if you don't, then it means they're working on less cards, and with the Dark Ruler, it just means they might not be able to put up an oppressive board. And with Gear Freedom Renault, there's like a follow-up, which is just outright insane. It just means you can push through whatever board they usually make. One Charles, always making this on the end board, cards cracked. Just popping a card, giving the little Infernoble Knights equipped to it, just as protection, and you've got to play the Japanese ulti as well.
Cheeky OCG.
Yeah. Please
Nice.
don't diss me for playing it. Double as old. Have to play 2. One as your combo, one as a follow-up. Silly people, if you played in Goki format, will know not to hit this. If people didn't, they always imperm or like Ash the first effect, which is just very, very wrong. And if they imperm or Veiler it, you just summon an extender, make another one, you still have your combo. Or just summon a tuner extender and then you make your Halky Vibrex. One Hulk, you have to play these cards in this deck, otherwise it's dead. One Auradon, summon Coltwing from deck, just outright insane. Coltwing, you're just looping it with Despot, it's just insane. You have one space for a going second card. I'm on Unicorn. I could play Access Code, but I've really preferred this, especially it come up when I was on low extenders because I got flipped on an Imperial Order against a Lightsworn combo player that made just this massive board, and they let me combo into a Unicorn, spun the Order, and then I just had 3 power spells just to pop off, and the last one in the extra deck is the Draco sack. This helps trigger popping the Balmung and generating tokens for the Despot as well. That's it for the extra deck.
Nice.
Like I said, the only one flex spot really is the Unicorn, which could be an access code. I've really preferred playing the Unicorn. Side deck, 3 Droll. This was really bad at the weekend. I don't want to cull it though, it just can come up so much. I'm also on 3 copies of Gamma, and the driver, obviously, you always got to love to draw it. I did draw it every time I sided in the side frames. Never really resolved Gamma at all over the weekend. I would debate cutting these for 3 crossout designator, a Droll Lockbird and a driver for 2 copies in the Nibiru. I feel if you're playing crossout, you shouldn't play 1 hand trap just for the crossout. If you're playing a hand trap, I feel you should just play multiple so you can use it as a hand trap as well. So when you side it in, it's not classed as a brick. Especially if like you play 1 Nibiru, 3 crossout, and you draw the Nibiru, and you're going to lose to it in your combo, then it's just not good. So I'd rather just play multiples. But like I said, it is something I do want to test with. I'm playing 3 copies of Cosmic. Hitting Scythe, chaining it onto an Imperial Order, so those monkey players. It's just a good card at the minute, especially when Eldritch players are playing Lord of Heavenly Prison, Twin Twister, and Lightning Storm isn't good. 1 Duster. This is here as a bit of like a flex spot. I didn't know what to pull in, and it hits back row. But if they have Lord of Heavenly Prison, it's just not really a good card to draw. Could consider taking it out as like a 3rd copy in the Nibiru if I do play the crossouts, or like play like another hand trap or something. Not 100% sure yet. Still got quite a bit of testing I'd like to do. Going first card, 3 Judgment. Going first, you just swap these in and take out your Dark Rulers. Adding this onto your end board for your opponent's Dark Ruler, for example, is just really good. I quite like it. It was really good in my Sword Soul matchup, just because they had Dark Ruler and I couldn't loop it, and they top decked to Mo Yi. So I just judgmented the Dark Ruler and then heralded the Mo Yi, and it won me the game. I did 2-0 that Sword Soul matchup. And then the last one, copy of Red Reboot. I did play an Eldritch player. I did win the die roll and comboed. As I got up to the power tool, they just scooped. Game 2, I drew this, and they didn't have the judgment, so I just OTK'd them. I felt quite bad because the Eldritch player did get Red rebooted 3 times previously before I did.
There's the right playing Eldritch.
Yeah, exactly. Bad Eldritch players right here. Yeah. That's it for the profile. I did get 2nd place with it on Sunday. Love testing with it. it was just a shame I did brick against that one Adamant player for the finals. Out of prizing, I did pull a Mo Yin, an Incredible Acacia, which was a lot better pulls compared to what the first place player got, which sucks for them, I suppose, but hey ho. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Jank Quest.